Howdy everyone, welcome back to Wobble Enjoy Sports. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider to like the content and subscribe to the channel. But if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. We keep on rolling on with round number 11 after we just saw an absolutely smash up contest between Newcastle and Parramatta. But we're in for a much bigger contest here tonight, man. Can you tell that I'm nervous? I've got the one and only Dan from Rugby League Outlaws. Man, thank you so much for your time this evening. It is a busy time of the year and it's Friday night, but I'm very grateful that you're here with me this evening, bro.
Mate, absolute pleasure. Thanks for the invite. I wish you'd chosen a less disgusting photo of me, but that's okay. That is me, so I can't complain too much.
Man, what are you talking about? Superman's coming out in the next couple of months. You're doing that pose. I think it's just all the friggin' home and it's all looking beautiful. And look, speaking of looking more beautiful, actually, looks like the weather in Sydney, maybe you can tell me actually what it looks like as well. It looks a little bit better than what it looked like last night out there at the swamp at Moore Park, bro. How's the weather been like there in Sydney, mate, in readiness for tonight's game between the Bulldogs and the Roosters?
It's been better, not great. It's been raining most of the day on and off, and walking home I got a little bit wet. But last night I actually had tickets to the game. You couldn't drag me out there, mate. It was bucketing down. The ground was awful. Tonight is much improved. So hopefully the game tonight is a fast one, lots of points.
Now we'll go straight into the team list news now. Are you able to read the team list there, Dan?
I am, mate. I'm covering the Bulldogs tonight, which of course Connor Tracy number one, the winger playing for Origin spot, Jacob Kiraz and Marcelo Montoya on the other. Bronson Xerri, big favourite of mine. Stephen Crichton in the centres. Matt Burton and Toby Sexton are in the halves. Really exciting halves pairing. Max King, huge fan. Reid Mahoney, David Saluka Fafita, big fan as well. Kickout and Hayes in the back row. Kurt Mann at lock, also playing for Origin. Bailey Haywood, Kurt Moran, Lipoi Hopai, and Luke Smith, who I'm not too familiar with, to be honest, round out the bench.
And he's making his debut tonight. And if you saw his photos in the week leading up to, he's absolutely rippling Luke Smith. He is absolutely ready to go. And he was a captain for the Jersey Flag side, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the Bulldogs, they saw what the Warriors do. They saw what the Raiders do. They have themselves a special entrance. And it looks like they're having themselves a special entrance here once more as they're running out onto the paddock at Accor Stadium tonight, led by Stephen Crichton in their beautiful heritage jersey. That is one of the best heritage jerseys floating around. But I'll quickly go through the Eastern Suburbs lineup. Tedesco, the captain, is at fullback. Tupou and Nawakane Tawasi is on the stings. Billy Smith and Toya, the centres. Smith, Savala, the halves. Lenu, Watson, White, the front row. Crichton, Wong, Radley, the back row. Docker Clay, Butcher, Steep, and a returning Lindsay Collins rounds out the interchange bench. The Roosters have come in a little bit more. They are $2.61. I believe they were about $3 a couple of days ago, and the Bulldogs start as $1.50 favourites. Dan, who have you got here tonight?
I'll take the Bulldogs. I just think they're too powerful. I think it'll be close. Doggies by 6.
Yeah, I got a sniff about the Roosters. I think this will be competitive. I think it will be more competitive than what we just saw just a couple of minutes ago. Now, to everybody that's trickling into the chat, thank you so much. And all you got to do is hit the hyperlink in the name of the title. That will take you to Rugby League Outlaws as we're ready and waiting for kickoff. It looks like a decent crowd out there at Accor, and we do have kickoff. Dan and I are doing Bulldogs versus Roosters, and it's taken on the full there by Tupou. Oh, and Spencer Lenu straight into the Dogs defense. This could be a good one. No, it won't be, because Lenu's just dropped the ball, and maybe his New South Wales opportunity this weekend, Dan. Oh, my goodness.
Mate, what a start. Great hit up. Just forgot to play the ball. King with the hit, I believe. Yeah, oh, geez, what a collision there. He definitely won the collision, but losing the ball. You're right. Everything tonight will be under the microscope, being the Origin selection is only 2 days away. Yeah, I just plain lost the ball. What was he thinking?
About Origin. About getting selected.
Well, here we go. Dogs, 20 out. Fresh set of 6. Tell you what, if they score here early, you go Crichton out wide. Attracts 4 defenders. That's Queensland got to pay attention to that. Hopefully not. I want New South Wales to win by 100. So look for Feeder up the middle. He's a big boy. I can't believe he hasn't found a proper first grade spot yet. It won't be long. might have nailed it on. Marnie goes left.
Ooh.
Oh, Spencer returns serve in defence. Jeez, it's heated out there, mate. I'll tell you what. Burton out left. Oh, kick out. Half break, brought down, 10 out. Roosters defending pretty well here. Watch him make a fool of me. Watch him score off this play. No, never mind. Kerman brought down right in the middle. Fifth tackle. This is going up. Toby Sexton off Connor Tracy. Oh, it's breaking down. Oh, it's deep. This is the ball.
Oh, Crichton's got an agenda against the turf, mate. He head-butted it that freaking hard, man. Oh, gee whiz. Yeah, look, it is going to be slippery conditions out there tonight at Accor Stadium. So the first 2 minutes have gone. It's been a wonky old start to the game. But wouldn't have it any other way. It's been a fun start already 2 minutes in, man, as Daniel Tupou finally gets up and plays the ball, bro. And this here is the young Robert Toya, who's having a decent old debut campaign so far in 2025, up to the 30-metre line. And now it's Watson back left infield for Victor Radley. And it's the Roosters who are running right to left of screen. 2.5 minutes is gone, and Collins just put an elbow into the chin of man just to say, quick, hurry up, get off me. And now the ball's gone to the right-hand side for White. He plays the ball just short of halfway into Desco, bobbled it, but he's able to regather it and get into Bulldogs territory here. So a good 55-metre set here from the Roosters, and the ball's gone sky high, Dan, and it's taken beautifully there.
Connor Tracy, safe as houses under the high ball. We'll see the big hits here. Roosters are up quick. Oh, Montoya almost drops it too. It must be slippery out there, mate, and I must say it was raining just a little while ago. Kiraz got the ball, decent hit up. We'll be watching everything because Lomax laid a foundation earlier. He was fantastic. Max King again, been busy in the early. Back to the 30, 35. That's a good run. He's another one I'm keeping an eye on, mate. I'm a huge fan of his. Early kick from Toby Sexton won't be 40-20. It'll be a 40-30-something, I guess.
40-40, mate. Yeah. I don't know if it took a deflection or if it was a miss hit. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened. Okay, so Roosters ball, 10 short of halfway, and it's Angus Crichton who has his first touch, and he's backing his way, but he's eventually brought down there. So 4 minutes gone already in this first half. A scoot out of dummy half to the left-hand side by Watson, who I think has got an origin spot personally, or at least deserves one. He gets just inside Bulldogs territory. Ball goes right-hand side to Nufahu White, and he's still going to be contained in that 40 to 50 metre zone there. And now it's Radley passes left to Smith, out the back to Tedesco, left to Billy Smith. That's a good play there, shifting out left towards the interchange sideline. And now Tedesco from dummy half passes left to Crichton, and he looks like he wanted to get the offload away but could not. That's good defense by Kiraz. But this is last tackle here. Smith puts it sky high. Tedesco's underneath it. But so too is Billy Smith, who batted it back to Lenu. Passed out right to Wong. Wong puts the grubber kick in, and it's just batted over the dead ball line by bloody Tracy. Nawakana Tawasi was on it, man.
Good position, Connor Tracy. That was a good set from the Roosters, bit of left to right, but I like the ball play. Always love seeing a forward kick the ball too. But Connor Tracy, right on the spot.
Max King, by the way, bro, I maybe about only 3 weeks ago, maybe only a fortnight ago, I would have had Max King over Spencer Leniu for Origin just quietly as a short goal line dropout is taken, and it's eventually going to fall into the lap of Tedesco. But would you, about 2-3 weeks ago, would you have had Max King or Spencer Leniu, or would you still go with that?
King, 100%. I think Lenu's a bit in better form, but yeah, King or either. You can't go wrong now.
Now, it's second tackle, and it's gone out right to Wong, who steps off his right and crashes into Kikau and Marnie. Watson goes left. Smith flat to Radley, and Radley encroaches on the 10-metre line. Roosters is central. It's fourth tackle. Watson runs to the right a little bit before passing to Tedesco, and Tedesco gets it right to White. This last tackle here, the right of the sticks, and Watson continues to go right. Then Savala, Tedesco, right to Nawakana Tawasi, and Nawakana Tawasi reaches out and scores. They are playing fast, man. Really nice footy in slippery conditions by the eastern suburbs already tonight, Dan. Wow, 4 points to nil after 6 minutes.
That's good football. The Dogs scramble well, and they just went that pass extra. Tell you what, that Marky Mark, he's been a superstar signing. Oh, just a step in, left kick out, or kick out, horrible effort. You want that one over again. But, mate, it's good football from the Chooks.
That's I didn't know what to expect from the Roosters tonight, man. But in slippery conditions like this, against the Dogs side that won arguably the game of the season last weekend, I didn't expect the Roosters to be first try scorers, but I gave them a sniff. And both of us tonight here, Dan, we've tipped the Bulldogs to win in a tight game. But here we go, Roosters, here we go. But yeah, I had no idea who Marky Mark was before he entered the NRL. Did you have any idea on the status of this massive human being who, he looks every bit an experienced first grade campaigner?
Only a highlight package, just because I got sent it and someone said you got to watch this kid, and I thought, geez, he's good in rugby, but doesn't always translate. He's been an absolute revelation. Last year, scored on debut, it's looking real good this weekend. Great try. This year, great try. And
it's the conversion from the sideline is straight over the black dot. Well done. 6 points to 0. That's good stuff. That's sensational. We'll go into the chat just quickly as I update my scoreboard. Gee whiz, I think there was maybe 15 odd people just in the chat before. Thank you so much for coming in and saying g'day. Rugby League history is in the chat. 100 fans are going crazy at the Roosters Bay. Jason Reed is doing a backflip in his lounge room because he's a Roosters fan. And Luke Melbourne Storm fan is also in the chat as well. So thank you, everyone, for being active here tonight as kickoff is back underway. Tupou takes it on the fall, and Spencer Lenu says, take 2. It's Saluka Fafita says, cop that.
He's Spencer Lenu, mate, he's been reading my tweets. I said he shouldn't get picked for Origin, and he's with the big shoot right to the head. That's his night done, mate. It's a long round. So if
you could be put on report for having ball in hand and shoulder charging a defensive player, Spencer Lenu would have life.
Yeah, I don't like that. He's having a go too. He's a character, Spencer. I got to say that he's a character.
You said it just a minute ago too. Saluka Fafita is an enormous bloke, and he's been floating around in first grade for a couple of years. He had an unsavoury moment against South Sydney Rabbitohs against Jairo 3 years ago, man. But he's had a terrific 2025 campaign, so that's a massive shame. And the challenge, the gauntlet has been set by Spencer Lenu. Come at me if you wish. And Angus Crichton now running into the Bulldogs defense, but Doggies defense taking him back just a little bit. Crichton lashed out just a fraction there, I thought. Third tackle now into Desco is up towards the 40-metre line, I believe, and the Roosters essential. Gee whiz, there's some fire in this game already, Dan. Is Nofahu White makes about 6 or so metres there, and this is last tackle. Watson decides to go right, finds Savala, and Savala puts it downfield, Dan.
Connor Watson on Connor Tracy on the chest. Mate, bit of push and shove you mentioned before. Every single tackle. He's driven backwards too. Roosters are up for this. Connor, again, good positioning, run hard. Just Spencer Lenu again. He's having the start of all starts. Kiraz, again, put his hand up, but getting driven back. Tell you what, the Roosters are winning this with the defence. I know we're only 8 minutes in, but what a statement. Gone right to Crichton, good player to have. He too's driven back a couple of metres. They've gone, 7 metres in 3 tackles. This is real good stuff. Here you go, Burton, go left, bit of space, kick out. Bronson, Zeri, half break. He's good. I love that kid. Bronson plays it, kick out again. He's looking busy. I feel like he needs to make up. Offload to Reed Marnie. They're up to the 40. They've saved that set. Looks like they were going nowhere. So they'll be Burton with the boot. Going straight down the middle. Yeah, decent set, but geez, the Roosters looking good defense.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought 35 metres gains there. And, Tedesco. He's getting driven back now, back inside his own 20. I thought maybe he copped a stray to the chin as well, but play on. And the ball's now being worked left infield here. And this is Nawakana Tawasi now, making about 7 meters there. And they're up towards the top of the screen. East's running right to left. And this is the young Robert Toya, able to gain some more meters. And he stopped just before the 40-meter line. Third tackle, Radley runs over that 40-meter line and is stopped just shy of halfway, right in the middle of a core stadium. There's no rain, but it's slippery conditions as Tedesco was at first receiver. We got it off to Spencer Lenu, and he was able to fend away from Burton. So that's like another tackle break there for Spencer Lenu. And this is Zavala on last, putting it high. Tedesco's chasing Dan. It's hit terra firma.
Montoya picks up. Few moments there from the Bulldogs. He got it 11 out. Back to Zeri just to hit up. Yeah, I mean, they got to earn this. They got to get themselves into the game. So Roosters are well on top. Montoya with his hand up again. He's been busy early, but he again is driven back. Couple of tackles, maybe 10 or 11 meters. Need a real big hit up. There's Kiraz. That's better.
Good.
Made for 10 meters. That's huge. That's what they'll need come Origin time for you to big. Burton goes early. Looking for the 40-20. That's a great kick. Oh, he's missed. Yeah. Or has he? They're high-fiving. It looks short. Yeah, he's kicked it. He's kicked it from 30 or something out, and it's landed 1 meter short of a 40-20. What a play, Matt Burton. But the Roosters get the ball and escape just.
That's as close as it gets, Dan. Oh man.
Fair enough.
The first real piece of luck goes the way of the Roosters. That's as close as it gets, man. You don't need any more technology in the game, but yeah, wowee. All right, so second tackle, just beyond their own 30, there are the Roosters, and this is White, who I think I've called his name 6 times already tonight, gets up to the 40 line. Radley left, Smith, flat for Crichton, but that was Toby Sexton there right in his face. That's good defense there from Sexton, and it's fourth tackle, and Watson goes right, and this is Spencer Lenu. The defense was a lot stronger on that occasion with Kurt Mann involved in there as well. And Max King. Watson, last tackle, goes right. Savala puts it up once again, Dan.
Connor Tracy running the ball. It is handled. Absolutely smashed. I'll tell you what, the Roosters are sending some early messages, and Connor's bent over. He looks okay. He'll continue, but he doesn't look. No, he's hopping now. This is not good for the Bulldogs. Hands up. He's all good. Kiraz takes the ball. Great run to the 30. He's probably been the Bulldogs' best, and he's almost lost the ball. Ultimate curve. Oh, Matt Burton's kicked again. He wants that 40-20. James Tedesco, brilliance.
Oh, Tedesco, well done. Running from pretty much his own try line and getting just beyond the 20-meter line there. Playing the ball up towards the top of the screen, and now the ball is working its way left infield. Again, Roosters running right to left of screen. And now Tawasi plays the ball just in front of the 30-meter line. It's working its way left, but Sandon Smith stepped heavily left. Tupou straight up the middle, but there's Connor Tracy. Oh, could have got the offload off Tupou, but he waits, gets up, plays the ball, and it's worked its way for Sandon Smith, who's running and stepping and showing some of that Anzac Day form there, Dan. It's 13 minutes gone. Fourth tackle, 20 meters out of the Roosters. Savala first receiver, flat for Wong, and then Wong is stopped there by Marnie and Kikia. They're about 13 meters away. Watson goes down the short side to the right-hand side. Savala puts in a grubber kick. It's bouncing all over the shop, and I think the Dogs have taken it dead.
Bronson Xerri's knocked that dead from about 3 meters out of his own line. Good play. He would have got pushed back, but my word, what a break from the Chooks, mate. The message has been sent early. We're not falling away. And Sandon Smith, mate, I'm so high on this kid. I think he's going to be a superstar. Great tackle from Connor Tracy too. Absolute try saver.
Yeah, I like Sandon Smith before his Anzac Day game, but then he absolutely exploded. And that goal line dropout has just broken the 10. And who was that? Was it Daniel Tupou that leapt up for it? That's a great catch from Daniel Tupou. And now Billy Smith has got it, fends away from one, and Marnie stops Billy Smith's run, but he's able to centralize the Roosters' attack. Watson flat for White. White steams onto it, but is taken just in front of the try line here. Watson left. Spencer Lenu, great tackle there, Kurt Mann. And Watson at dummy half. Feigned, but went right. Smith Savala steps in, or Savala claims a high shot. That's a soft high. That's a soft high penalty, man.
Yeah, they lose two points gift for what? We'll watch a replay. Might be proven wrong, but was an absolute wet lettuce leaf slap. Yeah, you can kick the goal, of course, mate. I'll tell you what, the Dogs better wake up because the Roosters looking very, very good, mate. I'll tell you what, that Harry Hayes is an absolute monster out on that right edge for the Bulldogs.
Dude,
I had no idea.
You are not friggin' joking, man. He was a winger maybe only 3 seasons ago, and he's just got such a massive frame on him that Seraldo has said, mate, you got to start playing in the front row because you're friggin' enormous.
Absolutely. It's got Spencer Leniu here in the stats has been credited for 3 runs to 17 metres. I dare say that's wrong. Couple of tackle breaks, 7 post-contact metres, double that. He's been the best player in the park thus far.
Yes. And Sandon Smith is...
All right. I can be, all right, given on what we've seen this year.
What we've seen this year, yeah. We grew up in the areas where that was just play on. Just want to say hello to Smart Guy Tech. Thank you very much for dropping in and saying g'day, mate. Please go and follow Rugby League Outlaws via the hyperlink in the name of the title as Sandon Smith shoots and scores 8-0. Are you a fan of UFC or boxing, Dan?
Love them both tremendously.
I feel like I'm watching UFC right now because the hits have been friggin' enormous, bro.
It's been huge. It's been a physical start. We knew it would be with a bit of rain around. Always means the big boys go at it hard. But Spencer Leniu, honestly, is playing like he wants that Origin jersey. We saw it from Zach Lomax earlier tonight too. When you dangle that Origin jersey, the good players stand up. And he stood up so far. I think he's got a lot to do with their great start. I can't believe they're leading 8-0, mate.
And here he goes again. And who was that? Was that Harry Hayes? Who forced the error, Dan? Go, bro.
Here they go left. Bronson Zeri tries to get out on the outside. Great tackle. That was huge. Spencer, he's got a lot of that in him, unfortunately. Back to Montoya, who's been very, very busy. They're up to the 20. They got a real attacking chance here. It was Max King again. Stephen Crichton played at that ball. He's knocked that out. That's very unfortunate for Spencer Leniu. Dogs have got it 15 out right in the middle. It's set up both ways. They go left. Burton's going to look for kick out. No, takes a tackle. There's not much doing here in this set. Reid Marnie looks to Sexton. He goes right. Kurt Mann. Max King looks to Settler. Right in the middle. 2 tackles to go. Good tackle, Angus Crichton, another Origin one. They're going left here for sure. Oh, Kurt Mann is absolutely folded in half by Victor Radley. He read that. That was a hospital pass. They go right. Last tackle, Toby Sexton. Gives it back to Connor Tracy, who kicks. It's deflected. Will go dead despite the best efforts of what looks like Harry Hayes. It's going back to the 20. Roosters ball.
We've already spoken about him tonight, but Max King, we both said that he's Origin worthy, and he's just given a quick last-minute reminder to Laurie Daly that, hey, I'm in career best form at the moment. And again, I'd have Max King in the 1-17, not just the squad. Now, there's a captain's challenge here. I don't know who it's from. I'm going to suspect the Bulldogs, Dan.
So the kick looks like it was deflected off Sandon Smith, although my eyes aren't that good. It may have missed. I called it live that it was deflected. Oh, tell you what, high-def cameras, I'm glad they got them. I don't. Looks like it might have grazed the fingernail. Should we go and drop out here?
Are you just saying that because you tipped the Bulldogs?
I did, yes. It doesn't look like he's yes. To the ball.
I can't tell, man. That's a bit too blurry for me, man. Oh, maybe his pinky? Like his right-hand pinky? Or maybe I'm just...
I believe.
Insufficient.
They've taken the coward's way out and ruled play on. The Bulldogs hold on to their challenger.
No, I'm cool with that. NRL fan 25. Hi, guys. He hopes the Dogs win this one. So do we, mate. So do we. Because I've started the round perfectly so far. I tipped Parramatta just before in the previous game. But let's stick with this one here. And this is Siwa Wong now getting close to halfway. Actually getting to halfway now. And that's only second tackle. Watson, right. This is White again getting to the Bulldogs 40-metre line up towards closer to the screen, and Watford goes down the short side to the right. Zavala running, and good defense, and kick out picks up a bouncing ball. That was a hit from Montoya, Dan.
That was huge. Kick out's got no. He's coming back. There's a penalty. Is there? Knock on. I believe the Bulldogs will get the ball. Probably a double knock on there. Montoya, you're right. Rush out, put the hit on. In kick out. Look a little bit rattled early on, but that was a great tackle on Robert Toya. Yeah. So kick out was accidentally offside. Good decision. Never thought I'd say those words, but here we are. Mate, what'd you make of that first try last night in the women's game? Try or no try?
No try.
Bless you. I think everyone in the ball had except one bloke, and he was the bloke that mattered. Bulldogs have the ball 35 out. They go right to Crichton, who's looking busy, but hasn't really got into the game just yet. That'll be something we'll need to look at. And he wins the penalty right on. There you go. Angus Crichton just absolutely got suckered into that. They mate, every time they give a penalty, Burton's just like, thank you, there's 30, 40 metres. That's dumb from Angus Crichton. He's got to know better than that. That's Crichton on Crichton crime.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh.
Guilty. There you go. Dogs have a great opportunity here. 40 out. Give it to Harry Hayes, it's Jacob Kiraz, rather. Jeez, they've got some monsters, this team. Here we go. Goes middle to Max King for a nice settler. Wins the contact. Couple of post-contact meters. Jeez, he's saying don't forget about me, Laurie Daly. Dogs go left. Kurtman just throws the ball backwards. I think that'll be play on. Gets absolutely hammered. He deserved that for that horrible play. They're back to the 30 now. They lost about 6 meters on that play. Good stuff. Hopboy onto the bed. He's on the field too. I think he came on for Suluka Fafita earlier. But the Dogs are going nowhere. Kurtman actually goes forward this time, which is good. Makes a half break. They're about 12 out. Final play. Burton going to kick here? Surely. No, they go right to Sexton, who puts it up. Where's Kiraz? Kiraz goes up. Wins the ball. Cannot get it away. That is not too good from the Doggies, if I do say so myself.
Not the greatest set, but they're still just sticking in there. It is only 8 points to 0 after the first quarter of this game has gone, and Tupou has another hit up. And I don't know, this is a massive call in a little bit off topic, but Tupou is one of the greatest wingers I've ever seen in my lifetime, just quietly. That might be a bold statement, but he's just been enormous for the Roosters, man, throughout his career. And I think this is Radley now getting up towards the 30-meter line, getting over it a little bit. Nutha White, again, he's gone through the first 21 minutes, and I think I've called his name 21 times, man. He's been very, very busy for Easts, and the ball's working its way left, and Crichton, I think he was hit there by Sexton or Harry. It was Sexton again there, and Crichton shoves Crichton, some more Crichton on Crichton crime, and now the ball's put up, and it's taken on the full there by the Dogs.
Connor Tracy just running hard again. His positional play is exceptional. Brought down 25 out. Not much more he could have done there. Montoya with a hit up. Dragged down from dummy half. Makes about 1.5 meters. Roosters right up for this. Goes left to Bronson Xerri, who, again, puts his head down. When's he gonna, you knows. It has to come up at some point. It's a little different. Dogs going backwards here. They've lost 5 meters on that play. And there's a penalty. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Of course there is. I was just about to wrap the Roosters, and White, who again has been very, very busy, jumped early from marker, which again says Matt Burton, how many meters do you want? Choose off about 30, and the Dogs go on the attack 40. Oh, it's almost docked in, actually. No, the Dogs will get the ball 28 out. Marky Mark almost with a superstar play touches the ball. He jumped from the line anyways. Yep. Well done, touch judge. Big wrap. Bronson Xerri hits the ball up. Dogs have to do something here. They don't necessarily need to score, but they've got to show something. Hopaway takes a hit up. Jeez, he's another. I don't know what they're feeding these blokes. Max King right up the middle. That's better from the Dogs. This is the power game. They want to get into this. They can just grind them down, put a short kick in here. It'll be pressure on. They go left. Matt Burton to kick out. Kiko gets a ball in, knocked down by Marky Mark. That's a try, save, and play. Otherwise, I believe Montoya scores in the corner.
Yeah, I don't know. Kikau and Burton and that side love that kind of play there, but I don't know if you want to be doing that sort of play in these kind of conditions out there at core tonight, Dan.
No, and I'll tell you what, if Marky Mark gets that, he goes the length because no dog was anywhere near. So Dog's got the ball 10 out. Matt Burton plays it. Hopboy again. Jeez, I just cannot believe these guys keep getting bigger as they come off the bench. Plays about Reed Marnie's looking. He's scheming. Hits Sexton. Goes right to Tracy. Getting a little bit. Oh, he sent it back. They're in each other's way a little bit here. Pass it to Burton. He's absolutely folded. Geez, you want that pass over again. That was horrible for Marnie. Again, Hopboy, just a settler. Breaks a tackle. They're about 2.5 meters out. Sends it left. Haywood settles it, and Max King right up the middle. Again, very, very busy. Not a whole lot of impact in this set. They got 2 more tackles. Surely there's a play on here. They go left. Great little kick from Haywood. No, too far. Back to the 20. Roosters survive again.
Again, not the greatest of sets there. Haywood being a little bit more dominant just over the past 5 minutes or so, I'd say, instead of Burton and Sexton, actually. So, yeah, a little bit wayward there for the Bulldogs in attack inside the 20 zone. But here comes Blake Steep now. I don't know who he's come on for, but this is Daniel Tupou now with a hit up, and that is tackle 1. And the Roosters play it inside their own 40. And this is Lindsay Collins now, who's also back out onto the paddock. He needs to get some minutes into his legs before Queensland teams are named this Monday, I think. And Tedesco now has a big hit up. He was crunched there by Harry Hayes. They've entered Bulldogs territory very, very quickly, and it's worked its way towards Crichton. And Crichton just has to come to a standstill. Makes a couple of more meters there, but eventually stopped. 40 meters out from the try line, 4th tackle. Oh, man, players are just skittling all over themselves. And this is Blake Steep now with just a settler. And Watson now on last tackle goes left, finds Sandon Smith, and he puts it up. And it's taken well there by Carraz, Dan.
That's beautiful play. Bulldogs hold on again. Stephen Crichton rucking the ball out from his own end. Dogs, will finish up on about the 20. I'm wrestle this one. I don't know if I saw this was going. Kiraz puts his hand up again. That's a good run in the offload. Gets it left. Montoya's made a bit. It's gone straight through the hands. And Kiki's knocked on.
Oh, flicked on by Naraka to us. It's Intoya runs about 10 plus meters to score right next to the post because of an error made by the Dogs trying to pass it, fling it inside their own territory. It's good when it's a sunny, dry day, but on a Friday, a wet Friday night, maybe it's just better just to put it in the kit bag and do the tough stuff. But the Roosters are doing the tough stuff even friggin' better at the moment. It's 12 points to 0, Dan. Gee whiz, they are winning this based off of their stinging defense at the moment, the Roosters.
They are. I'll tell you what, Marky Mark got a foot to that just before Kikau went in. He just wanted it more. Kikau's knocked on. Marky Mark's picked the ball up, Toa, right beside the sticks. Did he lose that or put it down? Surely not. That's got to be confirmed. Hold on. Yeah, Marky Mark got there first. He just wanted it more. Mate, I expected the Bulldogs after last week to come out firing, and that tries fine as. I don't know what I was looking at.
They are.
The chook pen are up, and boy, are they crowing.
Oh, they absolutely are. I think a woman just spilt her beer as well. That's how excited that the Roosters fans are. Holy smokes. But yeah, I said it just before, and I think this might be one of the more impressive performances so far from a team that's coming off the bye, because over the past 2 years or so now, teams by and large, like a huge majority of the time, have come out flat. The Roosters are stinging, man, and they have ambushed the Bulldogs, and it is a surprise. I'm not going to.
He has lost that.
Oh, Dan, you were right. I think you were right.
Have they awarded it?
Has it been confirmed?
Oh no! Here we
Dan,
go.
Dan, you got to get apply for a job, man, in the bunker. Do it,
Here
man.
We go. He's dived in. He's just lost this clean as. Yeah, he's got to regrip it. He doesn't. The Dogs are playing. to dodge the mother of all bullets there. Good effort from Reed Marnie. We'll put it down to him. But Toya's just stone cold dropped that.
But what about separation, Dan? It never left his fingertips. I'm joking your chat. I'm joking your chat.
Hey, mate, don't put that out there because they may say that. That is huge. That is very, very lucky because Montoya is absolutely stitched Kickow up there. And that lady who dropped that beer, if you're watching, I'll buy you another one because you just made an absolute fool of yourself. Sorry. Oh, man, the Dogs. I'll tell you what. Yeah. This time, Kiraz tucks the ball under. They got it 25. That'll be 7 tackle set too, just to rub more salt into the wounds. Montoya, he too holds it. He's out to the 30. The Bulldogs just have to play good football here. Just hold on to it and get into this game. Max King, great run, 10 more meters. That is more like it. I think they've got together. I think Burton's pulled him in and said, oi, pull your heads in, boys. Hayward, another hit up. They haven't even looked to have passed this set. This is much better football from the Dogs. Hopboy again, just tucks it under the arm. That is such a better set. 2 plays to go as they go left. Matt Burton's going to put an early bomb up. I like the look of this.
It was a little bit end over end, and it's Bronson's Sherry there that contains Tedesco inside Roosters territory here. So it's not like a 12-point turnaround, but like a try was denied, and now the Bulldogs are driving back the Roosters towards inside their own 10 here. And this is Daniel Tupou with a tough run, breaking the line again. Great run from Tupou, 15 meters there. Watson goes right, and who was that? That's Lindsay Collins running against the grain out there in a center slot sort of thing. Holy smokes. Watson left infield steep, puts on a bit of a step and tried to get the offload off. They got to halfway in a blink of an eye and kind of easily just then the Roosters as Sandon Smith drives the kick downfield, finds grass, and it's going to be a 7-tackle set for the Dogs, Dan.
It is. And just checking Twitter, everyone's saying that's a try all day. That's a try. That is BS. He had control, etc., etc.
No.
You're all wrong. That was a clear as day drop. Bulldogs agenda in full effect, says Smokey. No. Bulldogs,
no,
that's just terrible. I think they might be taking the mick. Kira's great run, made 12 meters, and they all count tonight as the Bulldogs go forward. They're past the 40. Connie Tracy, he's come to life in the last couple of sets, which is good to see. Oh, we have a forward who's not 6'4". Wow. Burton goes left. Dogs are just, I don't know, I feel like they've tucked it under the arm a little bit here. I think the call might have gone out. Oi, boys, just get into this game, please. Hopboy again, just straight up the guts. Great set. Down to 32. There's an attacking kick coming here. It's got to come from Burton, surely. Puts it up, and here goes Montoya. He'll have a challenge at this. No, he won't. Oh, whoa. He's knocked on. It's been knocked on, and the Dogs are going to go right. If it goes through their hands, no, Reed Marnie runs behind his own player. Has to submit. That was an absolute Dogs breakfast, but they got the ball out. 12 meters out, fresh set of 6. Surely this is the moment, Sam. Surely. Another settler there. Okay, the Bulldogs getting into this game. This is a little bit better. Looking out for Luke Smith as they go right. Harry Hayes has got it. 6 or 7 meters out. Stephen Crichton into dummy half. Will he look? No, just goes left. Toby Sexton. Hopway just a settler. This is good. They're right in the middle of the ground, right where they want to be. They go left. Matt Burton sees something, gives it to Zeri, skips back inside. No, he's well handled too. Roosters looking unharmed here. Moran, who I take it back, is also a monster. 10 meters out, last play. Toby Sexton has the ball, goes to Crichton. Crichton puts a kick in, hopeless.
Shannon Smith just catches it on the fly. Crichton is chasing. Here comes Montoya, I think it is. I think Shannon Smith is going to get chased down, Dan. Shannon Smith's running 80-plus meters after an intercept from a kick. But now the Roosters, they just got to fling it out right, and they will score. Tedesco right to Toya. Toya puts the foot down. He runs directly into the Dogs' defense, and the Dogs' defense ruled to be onside. Burton's got to get off him there. Savala from dummy half goes right. Tedesco stops on his run. Bulldogs have scrambled brilliantly at the moment, Dan. Oh, my goodness. They are settled a bit here. Watson, first receiver, pops it to Collins. Collins stopped on the 10-meter line there. 10 minutes to go in this first half. This is Blake Steeper's first receiver. Well, he spun around looking to get the offload away, but the Bulldogs' defense is there, Dan. But it's 6 again on last tackle. Jeez, Struth, bro. Collins now, tackle 1. Got Zach Docker-Clay out there, right to Savala. Savala passed it to Casper. Nawakana Tawasi gets the offload from Casper, but Montoya drops Nawakana Tawasi. Toya at dummy half passes left to Savala. Left to Watson. Watson then dummies and goes the other way and fence away from 1, fence away from 2, left to Steep, passes left to Crichton, left to Tedesco, left to Smith, left to Tupou. Tupou cuts against the grade to the right-hand side, flicks it back to Crichton, but the Dogs' defense was there. Well done again. Jack Docker-Clay flat to Tedesco, and the Bulldogs' defense stopped the try, Dan. But Tedesco's asking.
He's coming ahead high.
The shoulder to the eye socket. But that's awesome defense in any event. But we could be looking at a penalty try, Dan. That's unbelievable effort from the Dogs' butt.
That was great. The Dogs turned the ball over. Sanders Smith turned defense into attack real quick, and we're just watching the replay here. Tedesco goes low. He's lost that ball before the contact. There's nothing in that. That is a high shot, though.
Yes, he copped it in the chin, and Tedesco looked like that he got shot in the chest, but he dropped the ball before he got touched.
Which takes penalty try out of it. It may still be a high tackle penalty here. Yep,
it's a penalty.
High tackle, but it's not a penalty try. If he held on to that ball, there's a genuine chat there, but I think they've absolutely nailed that, the referees. What do you do?
So 9 minutes to go, or 8.5 minutes to go, and they tap it and give it to Collins. Surely they got some massive confidence out of that, Dogs, but they've got to hang on here as Docker-Clay goes right to Steep, and Steep is swarmed. He's backing his way to the try line, but he will play the ball eventually. Docker-Clay left to Watson at first receiver, and you talk about coming to life just a minute ago. Watson's come to life a little bit here, and Zach Docker-Clay smashes it off to Collins, and Collins just barges his way over and scores the second try for the Sydney Roosters. That was going to be a massive order for the Bulldogs to defend their own line there, but that fatigued and the sting in the Roosters tonight, and they have jumped out to a 12-0 lead with a kick to come, Dan.
Mate, Lindsay Collins, great first off the ruck, just runs over. Here we go. So he's gone over Hopeye and kind of Tracy got the ball down. That's well done. He's one who was probably falling out of favour just a little bit. Yeah, that's a good shout there from Kate, because the Dogs looked gone last year as the rain starts to fall, I believe, unless it's just my TV. Definitely can't count them out. But I'll tell you what, the Roosters are playing a much, much better brand of football. Every time the Dogs have the ball down there, and they offer very, very little.
Sorry for yelling in your ear, and to anybody else that may have copped it, but that was genuinely exciting footy. A 80-meter run, and then the Dogs just defended like their lives depended on it. And I think it was Hopoi. I might need to be corrected on that. I think it was Hopoi that unfortunately his arm just crept up just that fraction too high on Tedesco, who, in all fairness, was diving down to score a try. So it was a really massive ask for Hopoi. I think it was who put the high shot on Tedesco, as it's now been made 14-0. I think it was Hopoi, man, but great defense there from the Dogs initially, but great sting from the eastern suburbs.
Absolutely. We're still there's some still shots of him clearly losing the ball. Robert Toya, that is a few minutes ago, and people are still saying that's a try. He had control. I don't know what game everyone's watching, because that was as clear a day knock-on you'll ever see. Again, Teddy gets a penalty after drops the ball. That's what happens when you get smashed in the face. I'll tell you what, I think I have to put Twitter away, because I don't know what game they are watching. Klein's on the Roosters payroll, evidently. I just think they're outplaying the Bulldogs in a big, big way.
I agree. And now I ask the question, is everybody referring to separation there on Twitter? I was only mucking around because I thought that was a knock-on, man, but maybe everyone's referring to separation, bro. I don't know, because I agree with you, mate. But now Tupou has a hit up, and the Dogs aren't playing terribly. They could be better in attack when they're inside the red zone, as Angus Crichton now has a hit up, but they're still in this game, man. Mentally and physically, they look like it. Crichton eventually will play the ball just short of the 40. Docker Clay, what's the call here? It's a knock on the Roosters. Knock on the Roosters, and the Dogs have a great opportunity to strike back just before halftime.
The Dogs needed that. I'll tell you what, because if the Roosters score again, I won't say game over because we saw what happened last week, but great play there from Toby Sexton. Got to Docker Clay at dummy half, knocked the ball out. A few head shakes from the Roosters, but they're looking good. Dogs have a chance here. They're just 38, 39 metres out. Full set of 6. What have we got? 7 minutes or 6 minutes to go to halftime. They've got to make a statement here. If not score, they have to put something on as they go left. Matt Burton just again with a settler. I don't know if that's what you want to be doing with Matt Burton. If he's going to be running, he should be running with players following him through. We go another setup play. They got hammered. They're going absolutely nowhere. I don't mean to be negative, but it's hard to get excited about this from the Bulldogs. Here we go. Burton goes left to Zeri, who's looked likely. Robert Toya, again, all over him.
Nowhere.
I'm trying to. Come on, Bulldogs. Make me look silly. You're not going to score off this play. As they get hammered, Robert Toya. He's been lively. There's not a whole lot of meters. They made it to the 32, so they made about 20 meters-ish, give or take. Moran with a hit up. That's better. Broke a few tackles. Play the ball quickly. They go right to Toby Sexton, who puts kick in. Stephen Crichton's following through. Gets a little bit pushed out, and no, Roosters got the ball.
I thought Crichton actually put a push in the back there on a Roosters player as well. So lucky there wasn't a penalty. As Billy Smith now has a hit up in the Dogs, they just need to be disciplined here so they can give themselves another chance. But that was a crap set, to be perfectly honest with you, just then from the Bulldogs. They went friggin' nowhere just then. G'day, Seraldo. So the Roosters have gotten up to the 20-metre line through Wong. It's gone back left infield to Watson. And Watson, passed it back infield to Tedesco, and he got crunched by Kikau. And Savala kicking on last, deep inside his own 30, and he found grass. It's a good kick in the end, Dan.
Well, that's it. It's gone right back to the 2-metre line. Connor Tracy's picked it up. The Dogs won that set defensively big time. They will get back to the 18. Good run from Tracy, but they probably cost themselves 15, 20 metres there as Montoya, again with another hit up. He's been busy tonight. I like what I've seen from Marcelo Montoya. His hand's not great, but he doesn't shirk responsibility. Bronson Xerri takes a hit up and leaves Connor Watson laying. That's a good hit. They need some more of that. Kiraz, there's the man you want with the ball. He makes 12 metres. Dogs rolling a little bit in this set. Gets driven sideways. Gets a ball away. That's brewing. His kick out breaks tackle. 2 tackles. Makes another 15 metres. That's fantastic from Kiraz. Geez, they needed that. The Dogs just rocking up the centre now. Ball inside. Connor Tracy well handled. It's good. That's better football. They must be hearing what I'm saying as they go left to Burton, who absolutely roosts that up high. Montoya on his way through, but the ball goes too far.
Yeah, just a fraction too far there. But again, they lost 20 metres on that great kick by Savala, and this is Toya. But again, here, the Dogs' defence, it's got to be disciplined and be better on the kick defence as well here. And Tupou now crash. Oh, knock on from Tupou. Knock on from Tupou, surely. Dogs are going to have a chance here, Dan.
Mate, Harry Hayes rushed up, put the hit on, and has got him with less than 2.5 minutes right on to go. They needed it. They needed a big play, and it was Harry Hayes delivered. Great shot up under the ball, knocks it. Tupou looked good in the run, looked settled, and then got absolutely whacked. Great play from the youngster who is just looking $6 million manish. God, mate, I wish I'd played rugby league because, you know, look at the size of him. As the Dogs go left, Matt Burton looking busy, takes a hit up. Again, there's not much doing on that left-hand side. I expected more from the Doggies early. They really need, again, I've been calling it for 20 minutes. They need to score here. Hopboy up the middle, good hit up, sets it up right under the sticks, 10 metres out. Go left, kick out, his war, try saving tackle. He looked in. Bit going on in the play of the ball. Kick out lashes out, no penalty. There's a huge overlap on the left. No, they shut it down quickly. Toby Sexton, again, caught, 10 metres out. 6 again.
Yep.
The Dogs just setting up. Great. Right, that's better from the Dogs. They're 3 metres out there on top here. Surely there's something magical coming from the Doggies, who go left to Burton. Burton to kick out. Great touch. Marcelo Montoya cannot handle, and a try goes begging. Bulldogs are not playing good wet weather football, mate.
No, that again, we said it before. They're going way out left on second tackle. They're not really earning the right to play that kind of footy, and they shouldn't be in these kind of conditions anyway, man. And what are we doing with Crichton and, more importantly, Carraz out there on the right edge, man? They got to work something better out for Carraz because he just hasn't been involved when they've gotten down into that zone there, Dan. As Tupou, hit there by the Bulldogs defense, Curtis Morin. So there's less than a minute remaining, and you just think Crichton, the Roosters are going to play just safety first footy here. And pass there to Billy Smith, fends away from one, and we thought for a second there he was going to flick it out to the left. There's 30 seconds remaining here, and Watson just puts the foot down as first receiver. The Roosters, they're noted. They are noted to have a lot of errors in their game, and that's a very flat pass. Oh, good call. They have been shocking with forward pass rulings this year. It's Tedesco did throw that ball forward to Blake Steen. That's a good call, Ashley Klein. I'll give you a rap when you deserve it. I think that ball did go forward.
Absolutely,
yes.
Great call. Yeah, it's gone 1.5 meters forward. He knew it as soon as he passed it. What a half of football from the Roosters. Dogs haven't offered a whole lot. But when they got down there, the Roosters have repelled them. You're right. That comeback last week came on the back of Crichton and Kiraz. They're pretty much exclusively gone left. Burton's been parked out there. I want to see him go right and play some football because, tell you what, 14-0 down at halftime. They can't keep falling behind at halftime and relying on these big comebacks in the second half.
I feel like I need to take a breather, Dan. That was physical from the very first tackle. That was a seriously enjoyable first half of footy, man. We'll get into the first half stats momentarily, but I'm just trying to think off the top of the dome who some of the better players on the paddock have been today. I'm thinking about the Roosters here primarily now. That man on screen, Nawaka Tawasi, despite one error, I think he has been quite good. Today, Tupou, despite one error, has been good. And the halves, Savala's kicking game has been decent. I actually like Savala's kicking game just in general since he's made his debut, to be perfectly honest with you. And Sandon Smith and even Connor Watson, I think those are maybe 5 or 6 players that I can rattle off to you that have been pretty good. Spencer Leniu was a kamikaze, but being a kamikaze produces 2 or 3 errors there in his game. And also Nofahu White was pretty big. Actually, now that I think of it, he was pretty massive in his stint in the first 25 minutes of the game, Dan. So those are just some players there from the Roosters that I'd suggest. I just named half the frigging team, but those are just some names that I'd probably say, stuck out in that first half. What about you, Dan? What about you for the Bulldogs?
Looking at the stats, Sandon Smith's leading because of that long break, but Daniel Tupou with 112 running meters, he's been massive. For the Bulldogs, Jacob Kiraz, 72. I believe he leads. With 93. Kiraz limited to 72 meters. Not a whole lot of impact. Says 27 post-contact, but they're all out of his own end. So you got to get him involved. Look, Connor Tracy's been great. He's been everywhere. Max King again. Only credited with 2 runs. I don't know what you're doing, NRL stats. Lift your game because he's had more than 2 runs. I've called more than 2. Kikia's looked really quiet. I don't think he's played particularly well. Curtis Morin's looked good since he's come on. He looks to be playing first receiver. I don't know what Toby Sexton's role is tonight. But, mate, there hasn't been a whole lot to write home about. Stephen Crichton, 1 run for 9 meters. Let's give him 3 runs because they might have missed 2. He's been, let's be honest, very, very quiet. And I think Matt Burton has to get involved because it's all good to put these kicks up in the wet, but it's just not working right now.
Yeah. They definitely got to kick back towards Nawaka edge again. Try to put that spiral bomb up. Burton can do. It's down towards marking Mark as well. So that's something that they've got to do. But sorry to repeat myself, but they have done it. That's probably the big key for the Bulldogs is that they have been able to find themselves. They had opportunities there to get on the scoreboard. Credit to the defense of the Roosters, 100%. But I think the Bulldogs' attack was wrong. They need to change the game plan immediately. They are throwing it out to the edges way too quickly, and they sometimes just they shouldn't be doing it at all because of the conditions out there. You can see the ball, you can see the players sliding in tackles, in contact as well, man. So they need to straighten the attack up again. That's where you miss someone like a Jacob Preston who might be able to run against the grain, Satili Tupanua and a Josh Curran who provides a little bit of that dimension in the forward pack. Maybe that's what they're missing, and they're relying a little bit too much on Kikau, and Harry Hayes is standing out there on the right edge going, oi, I was a winger last year and now I'm a second rower here tonight or a front row forward. Maybe give me a shot at running against the grain. So maybe that's something that the Bulldogs can do in that second half. And the Roosters, I was just saying before that they are a team that are quote unquote famous for being an error-riddled team. They make a lot of errors, man, and they have done for about 4 seasons now. And just in that final 10 minutes there, it wouldn't have been much more above than 60% completion, I would suggest, from the Roosters. So they were starting to drop the ball a little bit there. So just be wary of that if you're a Roosters fan or if you've tipped the Roosters tonight. And unfortunately, Dan and I have both not tipped the friggin' Roosters. And they are one of the hardest teams to try and wrangle in 2025 so far, Dan, just quietly.
Yeah, I don't know. I got it. You feel the Bulldogs just have to be better in the second half. I think the Roosters have played pretty well. It's a shame Toya didn't score because, 20-0. Again, it's not game over. We saw that exact score on overturn last week in Canberra.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But how many times can you fall behind and then force yourself to come back? It's not the ideal game plan. We got to see more from the Bulldogs. They've offered very, very little down the attack in the end. Whereas the Roosters have probably had 4 opportunities, scored 3 tries, and got the ball over the line. That too from the defensively stout Dogs. And I'm of the belief that I don't care what the stats are. I think they're the best drilled defensive side in the competition. They haven't muscled up tonight like I thought they would. When I saw the rain, I'm like, well, this is just a Bulldog. It's just played into their hands. They just play power football. They just tuck it. They just run. They just kick high, and they're the best kick chase in the competition. I haven't seen it yet tonight. I'm checking Twitter, and you'd swear blind that Ashley Klein's had any sort of say in this game. He's not. The Dogs have been awful. The Roosters have been good, and it's lucky it's only 14-0 because it could be 20 plus. Honestly, if you're watching Twitter, calm down. Give the Roosters their fair rap. I don't like rapping any team other than my own, and even then it's a pain. But they've been exceptional in that first half and well deserving of their lead.
Well, talking about Robert Toya and Twitter, you were telling us throughout the live commentary that X and a lot of people are blowing up about the no try ruling for Robert Toya, and I don't know what it is that other people are saying, Dan, but it was ruled that it was a no try because Robert Toya lost the ball. I thought that was evident. I did make the cheeky remark that it never lost connection with the very tip of his fingertips, but I was just mucking around there. So what is it? Is it separation or is it control? I can't remember. Because if people on Twitter are saying that it should have been a try because there was never any separation, even though it was clear that the ball it was lost by Toya and that he just sort of dropped the ball with very, very little, or if any at all, of control. Is Twitter under the assumption that it should be separation or control? I'm buggered if I know. You and I both don't know. So if you're watching, the people that are watching, can you let us know what your opinion is as well? I think that is the correct ruling there from the bunker.
I'm just looking, and a lot of these are coming from Dogs fans, but a lot of it seems to be that's a try since 1908. Yeah, before we had the video ref, that would have been a try because they gave it in fast motion. I called it as a knock-on in the first replay because it just looked at the angle, but in fast motion it looked a dead set try. So I'm not going to pretend I saw it without the benefit of that. But just a lot of these are from Dogs fans. Terry posting a photo getting roasted at his wedding, saying he tipped the Dogs in the cash cow round. That's good to hear, Terry. Hope you're watching. Yeah, look. Okay, a lot of these are from Dogs fans. I'm trying to find something that isn't from a Dogs fan, and they do get a little bit touchy because I made a joke at their expense the other day and people telling me to go get hit by a bus, which is fair, but Come on, guys, let's calm down. I'm yet to see a proper argument here, mate. Everything just says it should be a try. It looks like a try, blah, blah, blah. He lost the ball. As soon as you lose, you have to regrip. That's been the rule for as long as I can remember. That separation joke you made gave me PTSD from a few years ago when players were like a little pinky and a little, he's got downward pressure, and it was an absolute rubbish. The rule is fine. They applied it perfectly tonight. It was a clear knock on. And even if that isn't, just come on. This is ridiculous. I don't get it. Dogs fans are saying that Ashley Klein's against them. Everyone as before as I'm saying that was a try. So there you go, mate. You've got one decision and you've got one fan base clearly saying that was a try, and the other fan base is saying, we're getting screwed by the referee. Well, it can't be both. It has to be one or the other. I think the referee has been fine tonight. I think the better team leads by a fair amount, and anything less, just enjoy rugby league, people. It's been a good game.
Speaking on the opposite side of the same coin, however, let's touch a little bit on the Women's State of Origin game last night. Congratulations, Dan. Your New South Wales Sky Blues won the series last night. Absolutely demolishing, absolutely crushing the Maroons last night. But just I'll give you the floor for however long you want. That try to Upton, what's your reaction to that ruling?
Just before, sorry, mate, I think I made a mistake. If I meant a lot of them are Roosters fans, not Dogs fans that are going on about that Roosters try. Sorry, I was referencing something else and got cross. The Roosters fans thought it was a try. The Dogs obviously said it wasn't. About last night, though, look, the ruling was that she didn't mean to place the ball down. Okay, which means if you don't mean to knock the ball on, it's not a knock on anymore. That's just what Bernard Sutton. It was a rubbish decision, and I haven't seen one single person, Tamika Upton included, who thought it was a try, given that she saw it goes up as a try and went, what? Yay. So they were standing back. That was a horrible decision. But overall, mate, we've seen, 140 minutes of football, and the Blues have been on top for 130 of them. They've just been – John Strange has been the perfect coach last year. We know my thoughts on Hilda, so I don't want to go negative on that. But New South Wales have had the far better team 3 years in a row and finally won a series. I think they played the perfect game plan last night. They just bashed up the middle. Those Roosters forwards, Koenig, you just freak. I thought Ellie Johnson was quiet last night. I thought in game 1 she was the best forward on the park, unstoppable. They just tucked the ball and they just busted them up the middle, went to their superstar centres. Unfortunately, Jess Surgis got injured and they put Tiana Penatani-Gray, who's the 3rd best centre in the game, out there. She dominated. Jamie Chapman scores and snaps Tamika Upton's hamstring, which I hope isn't, I'm joking, in the process of scoring a try. There's calls from myself included to make it an 80-minute game. The aggregate would be at 150-20 right now. The Blues have just been far too good. I don't know what happens in Origin 3 because wanting to win a game and needing to win a game are very different. I think Brigginshaw is going to retire at the end of this series in terms of rep football. So I think she's want to go out a winner. Going to want to go out a winner, sorry. So I don't know if they do the whitewash, but on the first 2 games, if you tell me now New South Wales bomb off the park and win 40-0, no arguments. They are so much better than their Queensland counterparts. And
you look at someone like Jamie Chapman, who sure did score a try last night, but again, was quiet. So they weren't even firing kind of on all cylinders last night. And that scares the crap out of me as a Maroons fan because honestly, they are building to something special. I don't want to, jump the shark or anything here and recency bias and whatnot, but they look like they could be on the verge of a few years of dominance, the Blues, honestly, because you look at the Maroons and the Maroons are missing Shannon Marto. We definitely could have used her last night. Ivania Politi as another option. And I think what mainly Cowboys fans have been calling out for, where has Emma Manzelman been and where has Lily Peacock also been for the Maroons as well? She would have provided a fair bit of starch up the middle as well. But what you said just before, though, however, is probably the main talking point out of the game for the Maroons, if not maybe for both teams, is that it does seem like Ali Brigginshaw is on the verge of retirement, at least from representative footy. She could have another NRLW season under her belt next year, but it does seem like that State of Origin might the curtain might come down in the next couple of weeks for Ali Brigginshaw. Now, I think we're back live. I don't know if it's quite finished with halftime yet, but we'll get to it when it gets to it. But yeah, man, it's not the way that anybody wants to go out. You can't help it. But yeah, Ali Brigginshaw, unfortunately, is going to seemingly, at this point in time, go out not in tremendous form and go out on a losing series as well. And for a champion like that, that is a shame. That is a shame, but that's just somehow sport works sometimes, man. Sometimes it's not fair and you don't get that fairy tale finish as well. But boy, howdy, they're going to give him a crack out there at Newcastle in the next couple of weeks. So, Dan, back to the live action now as we see the Bulldogs coming back out. I absolutely still give the Bulldogs a chance in this game. Are you going to stick? Do you have to stick with your tip, or are you going to change your tip? What do you reckon is going to happen in this second half?
It could be 40-0 and I'm not going to change my tip. I think the Dogs can still win this game, absolutely, purely because they haven't played any football yet. And we saw what they did last week. I would be shocked if they don't go right early and often as the Dogs run out here. The crowd's big. It's loud. I've got it turned down very low, but you can still hear the cheers. A lot of people there behind the tunnel. So if the Dogs don't lift, there's something wrong here. I think they'll get back into it. Whether they can run down the Roosters, who have got plenty of tries in them, I don't know. But I dare say we're going to expect much better from the Blue and Whites in the second half. And
Dan, I can tell you now that on a betting agency website, the Bulldogs are now at $4.10 to win. Holy crap, that is not too bad. And the Bulldogs are receiving first in this second half. So this
20 on the Dogs to win. I'm calling my pretend booking agent.
Yes, quick. Now we've got Matt Burton now, who is taking it on the fall, and in comes Curtis Morin, who can run a kamikaze line as well. I'm trying to get my glasses right here. Just
right, mate. Dogs 10 meters up in their own line.
Yep. And now Montoya.
Very busy, mate, Marcelo Montoya. I want to see them using the attacking area, though. He goes, that Hopboy again, he's been huge. He's run it twice a set. I'm a big fan of this kid. He's won me over tonight. Connor Tracy, again, you want to talk about Mighty Mouse. Right up the guts. They're 40 out here. Play to go. Will Burton look to kick early? No, Reed Marnie kicks early out of dummy half. 40-20. Tedesco perfectly placed, though.
Tedesco takes it on his own 10 and is stung there in the tackle there by Harry Hayes as well. Alrighty. First minute gone. And Tupou now runs off his own 10 and makes about, nice post-contact meters there, but is stopped still inside his zone 20. This here is Billy Smith, about 3 short of the 30-meter line. Easter running left to right in the second half, and Steep runs off as first receiver and gets up over the 30. He will eventually play it. Ball goes out left to Crichton. Crichton smashes into the Bulldogs defense. And this is last tackle here. They've gotten up to the 40-meter line, and that's not a bad defensive set there from the Dogs. Oh, Saval had to get that away very, very quick.
That's better. Dogs come out breathing fire here. Connor Tracy's going to get back to the 30. He's going to get back to almost the 40. No, driven back a little bit, 35. So they definitely won that set. Good contact there. As Connor's a little bit, there's a penalty. Since he's a little bit slow to get up. Penalty, not exactly sure what it's for. Maybe a little bit of working in the ruck. But Toby Sexton's going to take the kick, which surely he hands the ball off to Matt Burton here. No, Sexton is going to kick and makes 20, 25 meters. It's pretty good. I just don't know why. Every chance you give it to Matt Burton and say kick it as far as you can. But the Dogs have an early chance here, 40 out as they go right up the center through Harry Hayes, who again is a monster. I'm not going to stop saying it. I cannot wait for this young kid to come on. I've seen those photos in the halftime break, and holy moly, it's Hopway again. Straight over the advantage line. Good run. 20 out, 25 out, just to the right of the sticks. Good setup again. The Dogs are rolling here, mate. I'm liking what I see as the Bulldogs chant goes up in the background. Reed Marnie calling for a penalty because, of course, he is. Stephen Crichton. No, you already puts the kick in. No, Roosters falling it. Again, that's not what you want to see from the Doggies.
And now it's a penalty to the Roosters because maybe Crichton did a hip chop or a high shot on Lindsay Collins, the poor bugger. He's just come back from injury. But Crichton, that was the wrong option there, man. That wasn't...
There's nothing on there.
Nah. Oh, that's a poor play.
Oh, it's got him high with the shoulder. I'll tell you what. Elbow, Joey Johns mentioned. Ooh. Watch that one when the rap sheet comes out tomorrow morning. That'll be one to watch.
Bloody hell. All right, so Roosters, they start a set on their own 30, and Crichton is the man to take the hit up, and it's a good, strong carry as well, making about 12 or so meters, 5 of them being post-contact. Dr. Clay passes right infield for Lindsay Collins, and he's stopped.
That shot.
I just had that. I was just looking the other way just then, so I missed that. As Blake Steep, had kick out absolutely missiling towards him, but he was able to get away from it. And this here is Tedesco, left to Watson, and Watson was hit there from the side by Harry Hayes. This is 4th tackle, and the Roosters have entered Dogs territory here. Lindsay Collins flicks it out the back to Dr. Clay. Dr. Clay just goes forward, and the Roosters, they're going to kick on the Bulldogs 40-metre line through Sandon Smith.
Ball goes up, Connor Tracy, well positioned, gets brought down and driven back. He's just on the line. What's the ref going to do? I think he's given a goal line dropout. They're high-fiving Tracy, who took a while. I'll tell you what, anyone who's missed that Stephen Crichton shot, he's collected Lindsay Collins with the shoulder in the head on the ground. I didn't like the look of that. And I think you'll hear a little bit more. I don't know if he's placed on report. Doesn't matter. Tedesco's driven Connor Tracy back. I think they've earned another 6 again here.
They certainly have. And it's a short goal line dropout here. And it's taken on the full. Maybe tackled midair was Tedesco, but no, play on. Watson, first receiver, running. Afforded a lot of meters there, and he's able to get to inside the 10 meters of the Bulldogs. It's on second tackle in front of the sticks. They go left. Sandon Smith elects to put Crichton back under. Oh, Harry Hayes, good to stop there, but Dr. Clay, dummy half, goes right at the back. Watson out to Steep, offloads back to Smith, and he just puts the foot down. Oh, and he flicked it. Oh, good intercept by Montoya. They dodge another bullet, Dan.
It looked like try time. They had a 4-on-2. Montoya, right place, right time. He may have just saved this game because the Roosters were absolutely rolling. Dogs survived, got the ball 12 out as we watch the replay. He's gone straight through Burton, who held on. That's a great tackle. The flick. If that finds any of the 3 men, they're over in the corner untouched. That's brilliant. As Karaz makes up the middle. He's gone straight through. He looks to draw and pass in the kind of Tracy we brought down. Oh, my God, this game turns so quickly. Dogs on the attack now. Roosters way offside. There's 6 again coming here. Toby Sexton runs it. That's a good setup. Last, will they get a 6 again? No, it's the 5th tackle. If they go left or right, they got numbers. Burton runs himself and is tackled. That is an awful play. There were 3 decisions, 2 of them right. He's made the wrong one. I cannot believe they didn't score there, but that is magnificent from Karaz, who's just changed the game.
And I went berserk just before about the defense, the scrambling defense of the Dogs. Well, the Roosters need to be commended there again for scrambling after the break was made by Kiraz, and that was the player that we were both calling for. I think everybody was calling for to get more involved in the second half, and that's what happened. But the Bulldogs need to be disciplined here, play the ball here. About 12 meters out from their own try line, the Roosters, they're doing the tough yards here. Blake Steep tackled, 3rd tackle. On the 20-meter line. This is Crichton now with a fierce carry from him. Good run, getting up towards the 30-meter line. Dr. Clay now passes right infield for Tedesco. Tedesco runs, and I think kick out. Oh, man, that was close. Any more force, and that might have been a high shot as Savala kicks from just beyond his own 40, mate.
Straight down Connor Tracy's throat, runs the ball back. He's going to get past the 20 comfortably here. Jeez, that game turned quickly. Kiraz just made the break, found some lazy markers, went straight through. Marky Mark with the try-save and tacklers. Montoya takes another hit up. It's worked hard again. This is good, the Dogs. So this is the football I want to see from the Doggies. Just their big outside backs, just dominating up the middle. It's kick out, runs wide, makes 10 meters. They're up to the halfway mark. This is better from the Dogs. Burton out of dummy half, gets brought down. He's made another 15. They want 6 again. They're not going to get it. The fans are not happy. They're saying boo or they're barking in a low as hot boy. They're set up for an attacking kick here. I think it'll come from Burton. This has to be one of those huge bombs, surely. Here we go. Burton lines it up, and yes, it's a high one. Good luck to anyone who's under it.
Oh.
Beautiful take.
Oh, Marky Mark, well done. Plays it towards the interchange sideline here, and Robert Toya has a hit up. That looked like it may have crept up by Hayward, and Toya's going to stay down. Maybe a hint of a crusher. I didn't quite see it. But it looks like that Hayward may have got his arm up kind of high, but I hope he's not staying down here, Toya. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry if he's actually hurt, but there's absolutely nothing illegal about what just happened in that tackle.
No, nothing wrong with the tackle. If he's hurt, it's there. He's getting checked out. He looks. I dare say he'll continue on here, Sam. Surprise!
Surprise! Exact surprise! Oh, Toya, he rises, and this is Siwa Wong now making the hit up, and he is met immediately. Absolutely no gain there from Wong, but there is some gain here from Blake Steepers. He offloads back to Savala, and he's swarmed upon by Hayward. The Roosters have their hands up asking, please, but ref says no, and it's gone out left to Watson, left to Crichton. There's no support there. He wanted to offload, and this is the last tackle here in Smith. Good defensive set there from the Dogs, man.
Dogs are winning this contest. His Montoya takes it 28. He'll get back to the 30 and beyond. Great defense, though, from the Chooks. They're up there, but they're 35. The Dogs are definitely on top as Zeri runs it. He'll be tackled just short of halfway, right down the middle. We were calling it, mate. This is Dogs football. Here goes Kiraz, breaks a tackle, goes right, throws another one away. That's 4 tackle breaks. If you're watching Super Coach, give him 10 because I need the points. Dogs have it well over halfway. It's another great run. Here we go. This is more like it, mate. I'm getting excited. I want to call a try tonight from the Doggies. Morin goes left. No, he steps, goes halfway through. He's gone through. Kick out. Wall. Score. Yes, there it is. Bulldogs may have lost that ball. Hold the... Dogs fans are going crazy. It's been given. Kick out smiling, but oh my, this will need some examination. That was brilliant from Morin. He made the break and put kick out over. Best effort, great effort there from James Tedesco. As we watch the replay, Morin straight through Lindsay Collins, that is. Draws Tedesco. I think that's a try. I think he's got that down. Great effort from Hugo Savala. He literally kick out that is, dragged him over the line. That was lazy from Lindsay Collins. Savala's been, he's ridden. That's a try. He's been ridden from 8 meters out and carried over by kick out, who wanted that try, made up for his earlier. But Lindsay Collins was absolutely stood up there by Curtis Morin. That is going to be remembered by Billy Slater. Again, Savala has absolutely ridden him for 8 meters. Rugby league, mate. Rugby league. You couldn't write this. That was beautiful timing. And the Dogs are back in it. 14-4, kick the colour.
Oh, my heart fell in my foot, Dan, when I saw that ball rolling as soon as Kikau made contact with the grass, mate. Oh, man, I thought that may have been a knock-on there from Kikau. But great stuff from Hayward. Hayward is a really impressive player. We said earlier on in the game that Hayward took over when they were attacking in the red zone, and I thought maybe it looked a bit clunky, but that worked. That friggin' worked from Hayward about 40 meters out. Absolutely skittled Lindsay Collins, man, who's returning from injury tonight. And Matt Burton.
Put this right down the middle. He does, mate. It's game on. We called it. We said if the Dogs just touch the ball and play football, they'll win the power battle up the middle. That's exactly what. And brilliant play from Morin there to create a try. I won't say out of nothing because they had the momentum. They were winning it on the back of their defense, but that was the moment. Here come the Doggies, and boy, the fans are up in the stands. It's good to see. Nice.
And hello, expat Ollie. Thank you very much, man. That's it was nice to meet you yesterday, and please go over to Rugby League Outlaws by hitting the hyperlink in the name of the title. Please go and subscribe to them, and also to Wobble and Joy Sports if you're new around here as well. As kickoff gets us back underway. That's a deep kickoff.
Oh, yeah. I think that's Hopway off the back fence. Great hit up. 12 meters. He skittled a few defenders. This game's lifted, mate. You can tell by the excitement in our voices. But here come the Doggies as kick out goes left, and they're out over the 20. Momentum, mate. I wrote earlier in the week that it was the hardest thing to get, and it was harder to keep. But the Dogs have got it, and there's some good defense there from the Roosters, forcing Montoya back. But the Dogs well on top. Another good hit up. Curtis Morin, just nice and easy. That's what I wanted to see. Connor Tracy. He'll go all night. He's there almost at the 40. That's a better set from the Roosters in defense. So they go to Burton, who kicks from inside the 40. It's gone high, but it's going to go right down the throat of Marky Mark.
Marky Mark is just hopping about there, and he's taken there by Bronson Sherry primarily. Did you get onto your sports dealer just then, mate? Because again, the Bulldogs to kick off the second half were $4.10. Oh my goodness, that was that. If you took dogs at $4.10, you're absolutely cheering the house down at the moment. As Daniel Tupou is stopped just shy of the 40. Well, flung away a defender there, but anyway, play on. Crichton now. He's toiled very hard tonight as he flicked it out to Tedesco. Tedesco flicks away from 2, but in comes Burton and comes back Kickow, and they both take him down. And Tedesco plays the ball on halfway. This is a young man. G'day, mate. How are you? I missed his name. He will play the ball. I think that's Butcher actually who played it, and now it is last tackle, and it's taken there by Montoya, mate.
Here we go, Bulldogs again. It's looking good. I'm just having a look here. I think I called Curtis Moran before. It's Bailey Hayward, but dogs are making meters. They're coming a little bit easier. It's going right down the middle. Harry Hayes gets past the 30. Starting to feel a little bit ominous here. I like where this game's headed. I want to call is Max King again up the middle. This is Dogs football to a T. I really want to see this go into extra time, mate. Burton puts kick in from inside the 40. It's gone over Marky Mark's head, but I think he's got it covered. Well positioned.
It's going to be a good kick as well. Yeah, trickles down into the dead ball line. Marky, he's flirting with danger, stepping towards the interchange sideline and also passing to Tedesco in the in-goal area, and he gets up a little bit ginger there as Toya and the Bulldogs, driving Toya back. He might have bobbled that ball, man. Lucky there as Tupou now has a hit up. The Roosters, they're only about 15 metres away from their own try line, man. The Dogs' defence has come out in this second half, and this here is Butcher. Good carry up over the 20, and they're out towards the top edge of the screen here. They're working right back in field here with Tedesco. Gets over the 30-metre line. Quick play the ball. Needed it. Passed right to Savala, and Savala drives it downfield, but Tracy's got that one covered himself.
Good kick. Trace picks up 10 metres. He's going to make another 20 here. He'll fall just short of the 30. Dogs win in the field position. They won this battle earlier and scored on the back of it as Montoya takes another hit up. Again, being very, very busy, like what I've seen from him since that earlier era.
It does look like the rain is starting to come down there, Dan.
Here we go, mate. It's going to be hard to hold on to the ball, but this is what the Dogs want as Kiraz makes another 10 metres. Couple of post contact. He's starting to really come into this game. He's blowing it wide open as Max King's looking for more work. They'll fall just short of the halfway. The stats are flowing. All the run meters have been caught up, I think. He's been absolutely folded. What a shot. Angus Crichton celebrates, but I think that was Blake Steep as Burton just roosted high. Not much of a chase, sort of fall just short. Marky Mark's lost the ball. I speak too soon. And Reed Marnie's picked it up, and the Bulldogs lose it. They had no advantage. Mate, this game's turned.
Man, it was a Rooster and a Sharks and a Cowboys fan calling a Roosters and Bulldogs game. You know, how could we possibly get excited? But somehow, Roosters Bulldogs games, man, they do provide intensity. They provide entertainment a lot of the times, man. They've played some classics, and this has been enjoyable from the very first bell, mate. This has been awesome, and I think we will be in for a grandstand finish.
Here we go. Dogs got it 20 out, right in front as they pack the scrum, go left. Zeri beats one. Brought down. Great tackle from Toya. He's starting to get into this too, Zeri. All the signs are there from the Dogs as they go back through the centre. Little bit clunky, but Max King just puts the foot down and goes forward. That guy knows how to run forward. That's super important in this game, as silly as that sounds. Burton, I'll tell you what, Hayward's playing first receiver almost exclusively as they go to Burton. Brought down 10 metres out. Sexton at first receiver as I say that. Darmies and goes, brought down right in front. Couple tackles left, right in front, 7 or 8 metres out. They go left to Burton. Kick out draws, gives it to Montoya, who's perfectly tackled into touch. That's good football from the Dogs. Roosters defence, A+.
Yeah, again, maybe I know they're desperate and they're down with about 24 minutes to go, but maybe Kickout should have held on to it, but they were the momentum and it was just naturally going out left that way anyway. Nweka Tawasi is a huge human being, but Montoya is a pretty solid house himself. So he backed himself there. But again, they just went one pass too many in slippery conditions there, man, in my opinion, as the Roosters play the ball on their own 10. This is Billy Smith. Stepped away from Harry Hayes, exploded out the arse end of it, and he plays the ball 15 out from his own try line. This is Angus Crichton getting up over the 20, and he will eventually play the ball here. Watson goes left. Oh, Butch, there's nothing on!
Toby Sexton's picked the ball up. He's going to score beside the sticks. This game can turn so quickly, and the Dogs fans are absolutely losing it in the stands. Oh, mate, it is repeating itself. History after last week. The Dogs, no lead is safe. It'll be 14-12 in a matter of moments. The Roosters, their own worst enemy there. Who was that? Was that Nat Butcher coming out of his own end? Oh, my word. So we get Connor Tracy, beautiful ball. Nat Butcher's just dropped it cold, and Toby Sexton's beaten two players, 1.5, whatever. He scored beside the sticks. The tongue is out. He's up. They're mobbing him. This game has changed. Dogs are on fire. And I wish I got on that $4 instead of just joking about it.
Dude, you're not wrong, man. Oh, my God, you are not wrong. I don't mean to sound like I'm writing myself a golden ticket here, but I said, and I've been saying all season as well, guys, the Roosters will do it to themselves. They will do it to themselves, man. And they're doing it right now. They're doing it right now. The errors, bro, you just can't. That's why they're so hard to wrangle. Like, they can beat Penrith and Brisbane, both away from freaking home. But just the errors will always keep their opposition in games. And again, I know it's slippery conditions, but Bulldogs, they are completing better in this second half, man.
They are. Matt Burton puts it right down the middle, 14-12. Mate, the Dogs are just playing exactly how we knew they would, and I thought they would earlier on. A little bit sideways in the first half. They've tucked it under and made the meters. Earned the right. I wouldn't say the defence earned them that try because that was just a stone-cold drop from Butcher who looked up. But I'll tell you what, 14-12, mate. The Roosters want the next try because if the Doggies get on top, they've proven in the last few weeks, they're incredibly hard to take momentum from. This second half has certainly come to life.
Yeah, no, but I will still say, though, that I don't think you're entirely wrong, mate. I think that the Bulldogs' defense the past 5 minutes, they've allowed very minimal gain for the Sydney Roosters coming out of their own end.
That's true. Maybe they wanted to go a little bit left to get some early ball as the kickoff goes down. Montoya takes it. He goes king. Oh, good first up impact. Makes a couple of post-contact meters. Yeah, I'll tell you what, his name needs to be in the Origin contention if it's not.
Yes.
They get back to Montoya, who again has another hit up, driven sideways, makes 8 meters. That's a good run in these conditions. It's really coming down now. It looks gross out there. Harry Hayes, big hit up. They're winning the contact here. Shout out to anyone who's out there too. You're much braver than I am, or younger, because I would have been there 5 years ago.
Ooh.
As Tracy's whacked by, it's a penalty. Of course it is. Look who made the tackle. It's Victor Radley. Of course it's a high tackle.
Yeah, I thought
not going to do it again every time for the next 10 minutes. Oh, right under the chin. That didn't look good. Yep. Connor looks okay. A little bit worse for wear as Victor Radley's just shaking his head. Stop shaking your head and stop doing it.
Dan, here come the Bulldogs.
Here come the Dogs. There's Burton. How much are you going to try and eat here? He's got 30 easily, or 20. We'll call it even 22. They're right on halfway. The Bulldogs on the back of 2 straight tries. Is he our mate on here? Is that the Hulk? They're all built like monsters, so I don't know. Harry Hayes, another hit up. He's come to life too as Marnie goes into dummy half. Turns it under to King. It's just, mate, you could just say the Roosters, Victor Radley. What a play.
Well done, Victor Radley. He saves his team there after conceding the penalty with a one-on-one strip, and now a penalty to the Roosters because the Dogs were up way too quickly. Oh, Radley. It's all about Radley over the past 60 seconds. Let's see if it was fair dinkum. Well done.
Victor Radley, mate, change the game.
Yep. Well done. It's a shame he's an Englishman. All righty then. So, World Club Challenge Cup coming at the end of the year, by the way, ladies and gents. Alrighty then. So the Roosters, fresh set, about 45 meters out from the try line, inside Dogs territory, and Butcher Crunched there by the Bulldogs defense. Plays the ball right to Radley. Big carry, not unexpected. Getting up to the 30-meter line now. There's central and Big White is out there again, and he's able to rumble his way towards the 20-meter line. This is third tackle. Watson goes left. Bradley had to reach down to pick it up, but then passed out left to Smith, left to Tedesco. Tedesco puts the foot down, offloads out the back to an arcing Angus Crichton, but he has to concede because of an obstruction situation. Crichton will play the ball 11 meters out from the try line. Smith kneels down and picks it up and then puts off a weird offload to Radley, and he backs his way to the 10-meter line. And he will play the ball on last tackle. It goes right. Savala puts in the crossfield kick. Now Wakanatawasi dives up, and I think that came off his palm. I think that's a Dog's ball.
It is. I'll go back to the 10. No, that was pretty enterprising stuff. I don't know what Sandon Smith was doing. I think that stuck. I think he had a bit too much grip over there on that, as you expertly called it, weird offload. Marky Mark definitely won that jump, and Montoya stood his ground, and they'll get the ball. They're rucking it out. A couple of meters off a hit up. Montoya again, because of course it is. Bronson Xerri does the again. He's treading the line. There'll be no penalty this time, but I'll tell you what, it's coming. Kiraz gets an offload too. Connor Tracy, they're playing a bit of football on their own end as they come towards the 30. Goes back to Kiraz, second time in the set, just eases in. Not much behind that run, but the Bulldogs are building to something here. As Marnie looks in, he's chirping it. Of course he's chirping. It's Reed Marnie. Kurt Mann, good. Oh, my God. Kurt Mann is up, and he stumbled a little bit. I hope he's all right as Burton absolutely thumps that ball. I had no chance. Kikia's got the ball. That's what I wanted to see from Burton all night. Dogs have the ball. They're 20. They're 15 out as 6 again, obviously, from the knock-on is called. Sexton runs again, almost breaks the line. Max King was there to score untouched if he gets through. Great defense, Radley. Here come the Dogs. Crowder booing for a penalty. Go left. Haywood's tackled. Couple meters out, left and right under the sticks here. Perfect setup. Kurt Mann tucks it under. Max King, just a nice hit up. Breaks one. Looks for an offload, but pretty good defense there from the Roosters. If they score here, mate, oh my word. Go left to Kurt Mann. There's the man you want with the ball. Burton turns it inside to Xerri, who goes straight through. He will probably... Oh, there you go. That's good. There's an obstruction there and a potential double movement. The Dogs like it. What's Ash Klein going to say? He's given it a try. Okay, it's going up a try. I have my doubts, and so do you by the look of it. I think he ran behind his own players, whether there was any obstruction at all. He was brought down short. He definitely promoted, but again, momentum might have taken him over regardless. That kick, though, from Burton was uncatchable, and Marky Mark didn't get within the same hemisphere.
I'm more worried about the double movement here. I didn't quite catch the obstruction. So it worked its way out to Burton. And Burton, we've seen Sherry
off. No, he's all right. Kurt Mann's got out of the way. That's brewing. He's been brought down short, bounced, and no, that's coming back. No chance. There's no obstruction.
No, but did Crichton fall off the tackle though?
Ooh,
that's the question.
So Crichton's got him. He has too. That is a try. Bronson Xerri, and that is fantastic. That is a super coach try to one of my boys, Bronson Xerri. The Dogs will lead here. Oh, my word, has momentum changed big time. All came from that boot from Burton.
Oh, poor Robert Derby had an awful weekend last weekend against Penrith, and Wakanatawasi is having a very similar evening here tonight against the Bulldogs. I think that could be his 4th error of the game so far. But you knew the Bulldogs mentally. You knew that at halftime the Bulldogs were mentally and even physically still in it. They just needed to have a bit more possession and be a bit more clever, more direct, and that's exactly what they've done in this second half, mate. What an unbelievable comeback. This has been a great comeback from the Bulldogs here tonight.
Great. Burton, made it look easy with the kick. He's kicked 3 from 3 and they lead. I just can't believe how much this game has turned. As you said, Dogs just need to hold the ball. We knew momentum would turn. It's up to the Roosters now to wrestle it back. Last week we saw Canberra at home, couldn't do it. And now the Dogs have, got a huge home crowd. It's raining. It's really coming down, as I can hear it in the background here, about 25 to 30 minutes from the stadium, albeit. But it's tough. It's tough here. This game is completely different. Just with 15 minutes to go as the ball goes down and Max King will return it with interest. I'm falling more in love with this bloke. Every single hit up, he's looking absolutely tremendous as the Dogs look to ruck it out of their own. Montoya, it's been exceptional in the second half so far. About 15 out. They're just tucking it under. Kurt, man, great run. Good contact. Victor Radley looking to put a hit on. It's got to be careful. So we tuck it into Connor Tracy. Again, just keeps on going. Energize the bunny. Make your own joke. Reed Marnie kicks early. 40-20 opportunity. That's a good kick. It will fall just short. James Tedesco, well positioned.
And Tedesco's brought down there on the 10-meter line there, right on top of the screen here. Roosters, they don't know what's hit them here. And Daniel Tupou now has a hit up for minimal gain there. Tupou finally gets up and plays the ball. This here is Billy Smith now getting to the 20, flicking it out the back to Smith. Smith left to Tedesco, and Tedesco unable to get past the point where Billy Smith first offloaded on the 20-meter line. He will play the ball. It's gone out right. Oh, cut! Oh, man, kick out, cut! Butcher just then, man. That would have sucked. Wong now has a run, and kick out chases his man again with Kurt Mann finishing it off. And Savala, he's got to kick it just beyond his own 30, Dan. Wow.
The Dogs are well on top here. Connor Tracy takes the ball 30 out. He's going to get back. They're driven back a little bit by Marky Mark and tackle. 35 out. They're winning the battle in the middle big time as Montoya again takes a second hit up. Good shot from White. No, yeah, it's from White. I'll tell you what, they got to stop kicking down that side. Although if you kick it to Kiraz, I suppose there's no win. Kiraz himself's got the ball, looks for an offload, brought down right on halfway. Dogs they're just edging on top here. It's Connor Tracy. Makes 15 meters and a hit up. That's a great run from the fullback. Mate, I love watching this kid go. It was a shame he had to leave the Sharks to find it, but he's doing real well. As the Dogs go left, turn it inside, kick out, well handled. He loses the ball. That's bad from kick out. He's having an up and down night. That's a very down play, unfortunately. Roosters on the attack.
Oh, the Chook pen breathes a collective sigh of relief here. The Roosters still in the game here, and they really needed that, and it's worked its way out to the left. Don't play too far out on the edges, Roosters. Smith now gets it to Daniel Tupou, and Tupou is going to fight his way up over the 40-meter line of the Bulldogs. Good carry there from him. He plays the ball. Watson goes right to Radley, under for White. White backs his way to the 30. I think he wanted the offload, but Kikau made sure he didn't. This is third tackle. Roosters is central, and it's gone out to Savala, right to Tedesco. Cut out pass to Marky Mark. Blitz down the sideline. Puts in a grubber kick for himself. There is no way. There is no way that just happened in these conditions. Marky Mark. That is like a rugby union try personified, man. That is absolutely insane what he just did.
If he scored this try, this is one of the single individual tries. He's confident. He's not, and the try's been given. Oh, this replay will be spectacular, Sam.
They played on the edge.
He's a meter into touch when he kicks it. Wow.
He did.
Please stay in. I'm a neutral, but this needs to be a try, please. Matt Burton, great covering tackle. Marky Mark.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, did it touch the... Oh, no, try confirmed. Forget about it.
Oh, that's tremendous rugby league.
Arguably the individual try this season. And we've still got over half a year to go.
Oh, wow, mate. He was a foot over and he was in the air. He's kicked it with his right foot. Hop, skipped. Connor Tracy's done well to let him go through. He's run round the post and dragged the ball in to score.
To know to play hopscotch down the sideline with Matt Burton already pushing you towards it, that is amazing. Like we've seen Dominic Young do a cartwheel. We've seen like Carl Felt do his thing as well in the 2015 grand final. But that's a different kettle of fish right there. That is. Would you say that's like a rugby union kind of try? Like just
absolutely.
Oh man,
was that the Carl Felt corner as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
Now Sandon Smith, a kick from the sideline. The kick from the sideline is good, and the Roosters are back in front. And fucking Brad Fittler just had to get his face
Freddie
in.
Fittler's up.
Excuse my French, but Brad Fittler just had to get his face in. Get out of it. You're not out there tonight, mate.
Oh, mate,
Far
he feels
out.
disappointed, much like us. I can't believe the Roosters are back in front. This was all Dogs. But again, the error came from Kikau trying to play too much football. They had the recipe done. They had him absolutely on toast. They lost the ball. Some individual brilliance, and they'll lead again. Man, this game's turned 2 or 3 times. This is tremendous football on a front. Where else would you rather be? Nowhere
else? Jason Reed has done another backflip in his lounge room. Always. So this here, he can butcher, met by Kurt Mann. There is 11 minutes to go in this game as Watson passes left to Tupou. Tupou met very, very quickly by Harry Hayes. Note, Spencer Leniu has not been seen in the second half to date at this point in time, as Angus Crichton now has a hit up, plays the ball just short of the 30. Tedesco's got ball in hand. Tried to fend away from Marnie, but Marnie stuck to him. Tedesco gets down to the 40-meter line. This is 4th tackle. And now Savala kicks a play early, and he finds a bit of grass, but Tracy's there, man.
Good kick, kind of picks up 10 meters out. I'll get back to the 20.
Oh, no! Oh, and now it's picked up by Malcolm Duarte again. He passes lifted field to Smith. Offloads to Watson. Watson, he gets back up. Can he offload again? Oh, this game. Dan. Can the Bulldogs scramble well again? It's going out left. They've got numbers here. Flat ball from Radley. And it's a forward pass. They survived, Dan. Jesus.
Huge. If they score there, that could be, I know it's only 8 points, but that could have been game over. Who put the shot on here? Robert Toya absolutely hammered Tracy and let him know about it too. Tracy very disappointed with himself. Geez, the Roosters looked dead on. That was a great ball, just thrown forward, which you can't do. Here's the replay. Yep, great call. I'll tell you what, I think the refereeing's been good tonight. I'm always at first to get on their backsides when they deserve it, which is quite often. But I think it's been pretty good tonight. Dogs survive and ruck the ball out here. Wow, this game has turned 3 times. Brilliant football. Brilliant football. Zeri plays it. Montoya puts his hand up for another hit up. He'll get caught just short of the 20. They're not going anywhere in this set. Roosters are up. It's funny how a bit of momentum and suddenly the defense has that little bit of oomph in it as Max King offloads after a good run and Reed Marnie get past the 30. That's what they needed because they were going nowhere and quickly. Marnie's yelling at a bloke much bigger than him because, of course, he is. Kurt Mann with a hit up. Caught just short of the 40. Here you go. Does Burton go early here with a kick? No, he does. A Max King with another great hit up. Yeah, almost at the 50. He's been tremendous this game as Burton puts the ball up. It's an end-over-ender. Marky Mark's under the ball. The Dogs are going to challenge.
Oh, he's done it again. Oh, it's gone backwards. Oh, no. No, okay. He's done it again. Oh, Marky Mark. There is a challenge. They've got a challenge here, don't they, Roosters?
Surely not. Surely not. Don't waste your time. Clearest day knock on. Kikau got there. He was in the vicinity, but Marky Mark just dropped it again. He's having a rough night under the height. They are challenging. Oh, no.
Honestly, it's been a perfect refereeing performance, to be honest with you. I think he's been that good tonight. Please, Bunker. That is a knock on.
He's dragged it forward by 2 feet. That's a horrible waste of a challenge.
That is a knock on.
One captain's challenge unsuccessful because, of course, it is. That was terrible. What a kick from Burton, though. Again, the game has turned yet again. Marky Mark scores one of the tries of the millennium. Bit of hyperbole for your Friday night, and then drops the ball stone cold, and the Dogs are on the attack. There's 8 minutes to go. This has flown this second half. Dogs set up. I'll tell you what, mate. They score here and go left. Bronson Zeri's well handled by Robert Toya, who's defending very, very well in the last couple of minutes. Zeri's going to play the ball. They're 20 out right in front. So Kurt Mann tucks the ball, goes for a run. He's looked good. He's put a case forward for Origin selection. Hasn't burnt the house down, but he's been very solid. Reed Marnie looks to Sexton, who looks for Stephen Crichton. That's where you want the ball. Half break. He's caught just short of the line. 2 or 3 meters out. Dogs looking ominous. Here's Crichton. Refuses to get off him. He's had his they've had a baby together. That's how long it took. My word, no 6 again. Kurtman with the settler. I don't know if that was the play, but here we go. 8 metres out, just left of the sticks as they go right. Toby Sexton. Jinx goes himself, gets hammered. Here you go, Wes Burton on the 5th. 5 metres out, right in the middle. Burton's got the ball left. Kick out, put a kick through, sits up perfectly. Tedesco, that's a perfect kick. Brilliant football from Matt Burton. Exactly what they needed in the wet.
If you are the Roosters, are you going long or are you going short?
Hoof it. Just get it out of there. Force an error. Although Daniel Tupou, there's your he wins more than he loses. So to answer your question, I don't know. I'm going long. If it was Sharks, I want him to go long. They do go long. Good kick, goes 40 on the fly. Burton picks up. Here goes Max King. He's going to make 20 metres here. Big contact, Connor Watson. Good tackle, but mate, they're well set up. Dogs have got it right.
Can I cut you off just for a second there, Dan? Max King, for me, has an Origin jersey. If I'm a selector, he's got an Origin jersey.
Yeah, I'm picking him over Spencer Lynn, who's back on the park because he was involved in that tackle. Toby Sexton. Mate, Terrell May should get the jersey. It shouldn't even be a debate, but more on that on the Outlaws. Sexton's brought down on the 10, go left. Burton inside, makes a run, goes through, and will score under the sticks. Did not see that coming. Brilliant from Burton. He's fallen over. No one cares. The crowd is up. Try time. Game turns again. Rugby league, Sam.
It is the best sport on the planet.
Oh, there's nothing even close. Dogs fans are going ballistic. Reed Marnie's got the shakes and the come on. This is good football. I'm getting excited, and I couldn't care less who wins.
I know there's been errors made more so on the Roosters end, but man, this I think this is one of the best games of the season. I've really quite enjoyed this game tonight. Like it's been awesome. And I think that this game has provided as stinging defense as we've seen all season long, man.
Absolutely, it has. Both sides have made some huge hit. Victor Radley there, known for his hits, got absolutely stood up by Matt Burton, who's turned in from Bailey Hayward, I believe, or it might have been Moran who wasn't really watching. Connor Watson's missed a tackle too. He'll want that over again. Tedesco gets across. That was all Burton. He wanted that try. No one was stopping him. God, that's good footy from the Dogs. That's Bulldog football, mate. Just bash them up the middle, use your power, and you're going to win out in the end. How long? A couple of minutes to go. Well, 5 minutes to go. I wish, please, golden point. He'll throw this over from right in front, Burton. There's 5 minutes to go. They'll lead 24-20. And if there is a rugby league god, this will go into golden point.
If this goes to golden point, this is the game of the season, man. And he could have done that backwards with the back of his heel. Could have done that with the back of his heel. 24-20 with 4.5 minutes remaining. What a cracker.
Incredible. The atmosphere looks huge. Big crowd there tonight. So shout out to everyone who's there because it is pretty wet and very cold in Sydney. I know all you Queenslanders will laugh. Ha, ha, ha. But we've got one Origin shield and we're coming for the next. So you lot be quiet.
Just a quick drive-by by Dan by the Rugby League Outlaws. Please follow him. I'll put a link in the name of the title.
It'll be deleted real quick. They go short. Here we go. Good play.
Oh, Spencer Lenyu's got it. The Roosters have a shot. He plays the ball 50 metres out. White has the hit up. Good post-contact meters from him, man. They're now 45 out there. Watson right to Lenu. He shimmies and shakes and goes forward towards the 40-meter line. Need a little bit more here. Watson left. Radley at the back left to Smith, out the back left to Tedesco. He dummies and runs in. Oh, gets over the 30 by a few meters. They're running left to right here. Watson passes the ball. I don't know if there could be a call of a 6 again here, but it's with Radley. Right to Zavala, right to Toya. What a pass and catch between those two. And Nawakanotuasi gets the ball and fends away from 1, fends away from 2, fends away from 3, 4. Burton sticks to him. And they're now 12 meters out. closer towards the interchange sideline. It's being spun back left infield for Smith. He dummies, gives it to White, and White, he just centralizes the Roosters attack. And it is a fresh set. That is the second tackle here for the Roosters. They're 10 out. Watson goes left, Savala left, Smith left, Crichton, Tedesco wraps around, passes left to Billy Smith, but Crichton is there. Smith plays the ball right to Smith, runs a bit before passing right to Radley, right to Savala, right to Toya. Toya, what can the young man do? He puts the step on, puts the moves on, but great defense there from Bronson Xerri. It's gone left infield again with Savala, left to Radley. Radley passes way out left to Tedesco, who straightens up and is making some meters, but he's brought down eventually there by Bulldogs. They got some numbers here. Smith puts the grubber kick in, but what a great trap from Sexton.
That's brilliant from Toby Sexton. If that ball gets through, they score for mine. Sexton sits his foot out. They got the ball back. The Dogs, they've just, they did well to hang on there. The Roosters were coming hard. Excuse the phrasing. 10 out. Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, this game has got a few twists and turns in it. 2.5 to go as Montoya again puts his hand up. They're not going anywhere. They're 12 out. Roosters are swarming. Kick out with a good run. Out past the 20, beats a tackle. That's fantastic. They were going nowhere, and that's completely changed the momentum of this set. Burton gives it off. Connor Tracy, again, puts his hand up over the 30. That is much, much better. Burton on the 5th will just roost the flip out of it here. Great chase, so good kick. Marky Mark.
Oh, he takes one on the full. I'm sure he got the Bronx cheer, but he threw a rainbow ball out to Tedesco on his own 20. And Tedesco's arcing his running. Now comes back in, field beats one, and gets up over the 30-meter line. So they make about 12 meters on that first play there. And you would think, the ball found Casper and bounced into Toya's hands there. I think that may have been. No, that's Wong. I apologize. Watson a dummy half. On the 40, goes left. This is Spencer Lenu. He's able to get to halfway now. It's third tackle. There's 90 seconds remaining. You'd think that this is their last shot. Radley left. Sandon Smith left. Tedesco. Billy Smith back under. He's offloading back to Sandon Smith, and now he's trying to work some magic, but he cannot, and he was brought down heavily by Stephen Crichton. Fourth tackle now. They're less than 40 meters out from the try line, and White just has a hit up there towards the 30. Can he get the offload away? No, he can't. That's a good carry from him, though. So last tackle here with Smith, 25 out, and he just puts the grubber kick in. I don't think anybody knew it, but they're going to get one last chance. Or Tracy taking it dead.
They're going to get 30 seconds by the time the dropout clock expires to win this game, or send it to Golden Point.
Oh, man.
Take this first from Connor. It's a good move. A good kick in the end. I don't know if it was the play, though. Burton's going to kick this literally as far as he can.
Here
we go, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 29, 28. Reset. And it goes about 55 on the fly. Taken on the full by White. Over the 40. Breaks away from Kickhouse tackle. And he's feigning. Oh, he's got an injury here. Does he? He's got to get up quick. Great strength there from White. That was brave. Played left Savala, left Smith, left for Crichton. Crichton offloads back to Smith. This is it. No, Wasi puts the ball up from 30 meters out, puts the bomb up, jumps up, bounces, and it's Bulldogs victory. Bulldogs win. They come back from 14-0 down, Dan, and they win 24 points to 20 in one of the best games of the season.
Absolutely incredible game. Deserved that finish, and it got it. Marky Mark puts the ball up, chases it through, almost gets there. An absolute lottery as it is pouring down at Accor Stadium. All the Dogs fans, the lights are going. They got a good light show out there. They're all Kikia's on his haunches. The fans are just doing backflips in the stands. That was another win. We'll hear lots about it. You know, some people are going early saying the Bulldogs are the best team in the competition. I don't know yet, but I'll tell you what, they're making a very, very good run at this early season. That was a tremendous game of football.
We saw some serious stuff tonight, man. We saw some absolutely amazing stuff. And while the Roosters didn't win, Mark Nawaqanitawasi's try, I think it's the folklore try, to be honest with you. It was that freaking good. I don't know who gets man of the match for the Dogs there. I don't know, bro. I don't know who gets it tonight. It was just such an evenly fought contest. I would call that an epic. That's a classic. And the Bulldogs, they create that 2-point buffer. They're on 20 competition points. They've only lost one game all season. What a special season this has been from Canterbury Bankstown.
Incredible start. They're at 101 points too, and in second place the Warriors are +1. That shows you how dominant they've been. And you know, we played them without Kickout and Burton. We being the Sharks down at Shark Park, and they just wanted it more. They outplayed us on our own deck at almost full strength. Cronulla were. So they've sent a message tonight. That Roosters team's pretty handy. I know they're not lighting the world on fire, but any team that has Tedesco in it is going to be right up there. And I mean, at 14-0, and if Toya scores and it's 20, who knows? But, you know, the game's not played on who knows what would have happened if. So both the headgear boys got their hands up. Kurt Mann on the corner. He's done himself no disfavour tonight with Origin selection.
Absolutely. And I mean,
look at him.
Max King, like, legitimately could be like man of the match calculations for tonight. I thought he was a powerhouse this evening. Look, we got to get out of here. Like, otherwise it'll just be Dan and I just speechless for about 20 minutes, like, legitimately. But thank you so much for your time, Dan. That was awesome, and you're obviously welcome anytime, man. It's always good to have you on, bro. Man, that was so good.
Mate, thanks so much. I'll tell you what, if the games are going to be this good, we should call them all, because my word, that was good rugby league. Thank you so much for having me on, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. You are the best at this. And that game, the game deserved what we gave it, and more importantly, we deserve that game, mate. Wow,
yes. Yeah, dude, 100%, man. To everybody that came in tonight, thank you so much for choosing us to listen to. And guys, we'll see you in the next one. Oh, holy smokes! All right, take care. Have a very nice weekend. See you later.